Hey guys, Mapletail here. Welcome back to 3 Designs, 1 Cat. Today we're drawing Mapleshade. By request of Birchleaf, Maddie, Angela the Kitty Dog, Frost Animations, Piper Tugel, Madison Forsha, and Fuzzy Claws. Wow, she's definitely the most requested cat yet. Before we get into the designs, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Alright, design 1. So Mapleshade is always a bit of a struggle for me. I mean, not even the wiki knows what she looks like, as she's listed as tortoiseshell and white, or orange and white. I definitely lean more towards the tortoiseshell side, but I definitely like to include some orange too. So for my usual design, I use a reddish-brown base, with a few orange, white, black, and red patches. Sure, it's not super tortoiseshell, but it's definitely more in line with how I picture her. And I finished this design off with pale amber eyes. So let's talk Mapleshade. I know there's a fair bit of controversy in the fandom about whether she's a sympathetic character, and if what she did was justified. As for me, I can sympathize with her to a point. While I can understand why ThunderClan would want to kick her out, by today's standards, it's quite harsh. These days cats are switching clans and having forbidden relationships left and right. Which is why I think it seems so cruel to exile not only Mapleshade, but her 3 young kits. And to have her kits die tragically right after losing her home, and then, to be rejected by her former mate and Riverclan? Yeah, that sucks. But I absolutely do not think it justifies her killing cats in cold blood. That said, it does make for hell of a story in Mapleshade's vengeance. Design 2. I tried to go full in on the tortoiseshell and white look, going paler on the orange and white and darkening up the black a bit. I used some references to get an idea of how I wanted the patches to look, and then just sort of went with it. Then for the eyes I went for a darker and more intense amber. Okay, let's talk female villains. Aside from Mapleshade, we've had who? Sleek Whisker? As for males, we've had Broken Star, Tiger Star, Darkstripe, Scourge, Hawkfrost, Thistleclaw, Soul, One Eye, the Imposter, just to name a few. See the problem here? Where are our she-cat villains? It's an issue I've noticed and complained about in many series, but I feel it's really prevalent in warrior cats, as there are so many villains. I'm generally a big villain fan, and would love to see some more even representation. I got hopeful with the early days of the Imposter, where I thought it could have been a she-cat, but no again. Even looking at Mapleshade's story, I find her to be a bit of a problematic example of a female villain. A big issue with how people write female villains is that their villainy is very much tied to their womanhood. Their identity as a mother or a wife, or in Mapleshade's case, both. Mapleshade isn't trying to take over the clans, or to destroy the clans, or to fill out any sort of ambitions, unlike her male counterparts. No, her villainy is completely tied to her love life and her children. Now, I would have no issues with this if she wasn't literally the only major female villain in the series. Give me she-cats who want to rule and destroy, who have ambitions and the willingness to do anything to meet them. Again, I love Mapleshade as a character and as a villain, but in the context of the whole series, it's not a great look. Design 3. For this design, I based the colors off of a blue tortoiseshell cat, but did my own thing for the shape of the patterns. I focused the smaller and more complex patches on her face, front legs, and tail. The rest of the body I kept in a couple of subtle grays, lighter on the top half of the body and darker towards the hind legs. I kept those bits more simple, as to not overcomplicate the design. And I finished off with some more yellowy amber eyes. What else can I say about Mapleshade? She's definitely a character that would fall a bit flat if you're a more casual reader of Warriors. Say if you only read the main series. She shines the brightest in the side books, like her novella, Mapleshade's Vengeance, and in the Super Edition, Crooked Star's Promise. Speaking of Crooked Star's Promise, I adore this book. Not only is it one of my favorite super editions, it's just straight up one of my favorite books. And the one I've read the most times outside of Blue Star's Prophecy. I just love the story and the setting and the characters. And it's not just the time Mapleshade shines, but also when Riverclan does. It's by far my favorite era of Riverclan. Not that there's much competition there. But this really was the book that made me fall in love with this clan. Back to Mapleshade. Her going from training to terrorizing young Crooked Star made for a fascinating relationship that was so fun to read about. Whether you believe Mapleshade directly caused the deaths of everyone Crooked Star loved or not, it certainly had the same horrifying effect. I just love how far she's willing to go to haunt this family that betrayed her all that time ago. Thanks for watching. This was another fun one, where I went a bit wild with the designs. If you have a favorite, let me know. And if there's a cat you'd like me to design, I'll add them to the list. Just be aware that the list is very long, but I'll get to them all eventually. And I'll see you next Thursday.